is geometric sequence? Geometric sequence is a sequence of numbers where each term after the first is found by multiplying the previous one by the fixed, non-zero number called the common ratio. Before we proceed, let us remind you with the geometric sequence formula, which is a sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to the power of n minus 1. Here is an example of a geometric sequence: 3, 9, 27, 81, and 243. But how exactly are we going to get the common ratio? All we need to do is divide the second term by the first term. So that's 3 times 3 is equal to 9, and 9 times 3 is equal to 27, 27 times 3 is equal to 81, and 81 times 3 is equals to 243. Now let's have our first geometric sequence problem. Find the eighth term in geometric sequence if the first term is 7 and the common ratio is 3. Now that we have identified their given numbers, we are going to substitute those numbers into our formula, which is 7, 3, and 8. So the result will be a sub 8, which is our term that we're supposed to find, and the first term, which is 7, times 3, which is the common ratio, raised to the power of 8 minus 1. So once you are done plugging it in, the given to the formula of our equation will be a sub 8 equals 7 times 3 raised to the power of 8 minus 1. Now let us evaluate our equations. 8 minus 1 is equals to 7. 3 raised to 7 is equals to 2,187. If you multiply 7 times 2,187, we will have 15,309, and that is our eighth term. Now we are finished with our first problem. Let us proceed with our second problem. Find the seventh term in a geometric sequence if a sub 2 is equals to 15 and a sub 5 is equals to 405. As you can see here, our second problem does not identify the common ratio. That is the first thing we need to solve. The first step is to line up the equations 405 is equals to a sub 1 multiplied to r raised to 5 minus 1. And 15 is equals to a sub 1 multiplied by r raised to 2 minus 1. Once we evaluate the equations, we are going to get 405 is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to 4. Then we are going to divide that by 15 is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to 1.
Clouds roll over the hills, bring darkness from above. Or if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all?
Therefore, the quotient of 405 and 15 is 257. The equation we will have now is 27. To cancel the 3 out, we will get the cube root of both sides.
Changed at all. If you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before?
Therefore, 3 equals r is our common ratio. Now that we all have our common ratio, we are going to solve for the first term. We are going to put 15, which is the second term, is equal to a sub 1 times 3 raised to the power of 2 minus 1. Once we evaluated that we'll have 15 is equal to a sub 1 times 3. Next, we will isolate a sub 1, therefore divide 3 by both sides. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Five is our a sub 1, which means 5 is our first term. Now that we have our first term and common ratio, we will find it easier to solve for the seventh term. So now we will substitute our formula with our equation, which is a sub 7 equals 5 times 3 raised to 7 minus 1. So that is a sub 7 equals 5 times 3 raised to the power of 6. So now we will have 5 times 3 raised to 6 is equals to 729. If you multiply 5 by 729, we will get the product of 3,645. And that is our seventh term. Now let us do a word problem. If you pay 25,900 dirhams for Hamilton concert tickets, its value depreciates by 6% per year. How much will it cost in 8 years? First, we are going to look for the 6% of 25,900. And to do this, we are going to multiply 25,900 and 0.06. And now we will have 1,554. And now we are going to subtract 25,900 to 1,554. That will give us 244,346. Now that we are going to be looking for the common ratio, since we have a sub 2, which is 24,346, and our a sub 1, 25,900, as it says, we are going to divide the second term by the first term. And that will give us 0.94. Now that we have our common ratio 0.94, we are going to solve for the eighth term. A sub 8 is equals to 25,900, the first term, multiplied to 0.94. The common ratio raised to 8 minus 1. We will have 25,900 times 0.94 raised to 7. It is equals to 25,900 times 0.65. Multiply them both and we will get the product of 16,795.57 dirhams. And that is our eighth term.
How I'm gonna be an optimist about this. We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your pores as the dust settled around us.